It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
What's up, guys? It's your girl Angel Marie from All of the Above, and we are here at Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store in South Philadelphia. Keep it locked with us because we are going to give you a behind-the-scenes look into the store, the items, and so much more. Stay tuned. So tell us a little bit about Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store.
Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store is actually going on 6 years in January. We specialize in new and recycled items. A lot of the items here we make in-house. We also have local designers that put up their items in the store to sell. It's all about community here, positive vibes, and a lot of our apparel has these messages and these words on them to promote positivity in the community and to keep us united in a lot of different ways.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Now, how did you develop the name Here's the Cool Stuff?
I actually started with an Instagram page. I was a teacher, and one day I was bored while they were doing SATs, and I was just posting people that had cool clothes on my page. And I just started an Instagram page that was called Here's the Cool Stuff. Like, people wear cool stuff, and I was like, here's too. And that's how it got started. So when I opened the store 3 years later, my homegirl was like, oh, you should name it Here's the Cool Stuff, like the page. And wada bing, bada boom.
Shout outs to social media. I feel like that births a lot of things.
A whole bunch of stuff, yeah. A whole bunch, especially in me and especially in my generation, obviously, because it's our thing.
Exactly. Now, what are the price ranges here at Here's the Cool Stuff?
So, like I said, a lot of the items is split between new items and recycled items. So our recycled items can go anywhere from $5 to about $20, depending on the quality. All of it's good quality, but depending on the brand. And in terms of our new items, they go anywhere from $10 till about $60. We're talking about coats and jackets, t-shirts, jeans. So depending on the actual item, I think, and people keep coming back. So our prices you really can't beat. Our quality, especially because it's made right here in Philadelphia.
Exactly. It's fashionable and affordable, so you guys have no excuse not to stop by at all. Being a Black-owned business, what does it mean to you to have a storefront, especially on South Street? Because South Street usually have booming businesses. So what does it mean to you to be a Black-owned business owner and to actually have a storefront?
It means everything. This is my life. I have nothing else going on. Like, I don't have like a corporation backing me up. I don't have lenders backing me up. Everything that you see here, it is by the creativity of not just me, but people like me who have ideas and they just have a passion for either fashion, clothing, community, business, graphic design, photography. It's about all of us coming together and moving each other along rather than like the crab mentality, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so being on South Street, for me, I know I'm obviously a beacon because I'm Black. The second part is an example to not just young people, but anybody. There's some people that, are 20 years older than me who haven't really kickstarted their dreams, and seeing other people do it, no matter how old you are, I know that's inspiring and I know that's motivational because that's how I got where I am. Just seeing other people doing it and applying that same kind of energy.
Why should people come to Here's the Cool Stuff, and what makes you different?
Okay, so, well, number one is I'm different because there's no one like me, like you. And I can't speak for too many other stores, because I only have my own. What I can say is because of everything you see on these walls, I painted. I did every little thing, every letter, every staple, every shirt. Every letter on every shirt is coming from a place of positivity in my heart. So I can't speak about why this is different, except to say that my heart is not out there. My heart is here. And what I've seen is people take that. It's contagious. That energy, that vibe of passion, that vibe of finding purpose and sticking to it no matter where you are. Because I could be somewhere else other than South Street. No matter where I am, the difference is me. So the message here is that it is not, of course there's competition, obviously, but the first competitor is not them out here. The first competitor is in here. And so if I'm competing with anybody, it is competing with the me that does not feel like putting the foot to the pedal to actually pull this stuff off for 6 years. You know, it's definitely easy to give up. So it's different also because of it's an energy here, and it draws creatives. It draws people here that are. It's like a superpower. They have their gifts and their talents are like superpowers, and they're looking for a way to give back. So that's another way it's different, because the pay it forward scheme here is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
I love it. Definitely, I can attest to it. The vibe in here is definitely amazing. Once we walked in, I smelled the incense. It definitely sets the tone in here. And looking around, you have a lot of African print. You have a lot of things for the culture. What inspired you to create that?
So honestly, I was that part of this space is a response to the community. Okay, so when I first opened, it was just really a thrift store, and I started selling one T-shirt that said "I am peace," and everybody was going crazy. I was like, I'm gonna make some more shirts. Then I started making pants, and I started making skirts and little things here and there. And a couple people were asking for like dashikis and things, and so when I couldn't go out to buy them anymore, I just taught myself. You know, I knew how to make some things for making like costumes and stuff for plays. I just used that and just started making dashikis and started making skirts and and people kept coming and asking for them. So that was a response to the community's need, that there was nothing like that. Yes, there are black businesses on the block or around, but there was nothing selling prints like this, or African prints, or African inspired prints, and especially by African hands, okay? African hands and African eyes, okay?
You have particular items that keep people coming back and wanting more. What would you say is the biggest crowd pleaser or the top selling item that you have?
My gosh, the pressure. These two T-shirts behind me, the black T-shirt and the black no sugar, no cream. These sell. We have an online store too. It's not as many items on the online store as in here, but between the two, in-store and online, these two shirts, it's surprising because they're T-shirts. They're longs. We have long sleeve T-shirts, and we have sweatshirts and hoodies. So these are the top sellers. Women love the tie-dye sweatsuits, whether it's baggy or fitted, and the gentlemen love the cargo pants or the jumper pants that we have. So those are the things that's running hot right now. And two-tone. Two-tone. I love colors and patterns, so I'm always with the patterns, obviously, patterns and prints. But that's the hottest things is anything really that's allowing people to express who they are and where they come from. Being black, being proud, and representing their community.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. When I came in here and I saw that shirt, the black, no cream, no sugar, I was eyeing that. So I can attest to that. I was
it's so simple. It's like these are simple pieces, but everybody's like, I want that. I'm like, all right.
Simple is best. That would keep them coming. Now, obviously, COVID has hit a lot of businesses recently. How has COVID impacted your business, and how have you been able to keep up the momentum?
Sorry, I didn't mean to bust out laughing like that. We was closed for a minute. I feel I'm blessed to still be open, okay? And the thing is, I've been struggling since I quit my job as a teacher, as an educator, okay? Struggling. So this year was no different than the last 5 years. The difference is there were more people like me. You know what I mean? There were more people struggling like I had been struggling, or now they were being open and honest about it. And also the difference was we had to actually close the building. And so that was scary because, this is how I eat. So I'm like, how am I eat? You know what I mean? But it worked. It worked, and I was able to persevere, and I was able to progress. When they allowed us to open back up in August, I came in and went to grind. Okay, and there was also a the Juneteenth celebration. Mm-hmm. I made some T-shirts for Juneteenth. Them T-shirts was able to pay like 2 months worth of bills. Ooh. And we wasn't open, but I was making them out my crib, mm-hmm. or in the back of the studio. So that was, listen, get creative, not destructive. Okay.
What is a typical day like for you here?
We open between 1 and 2 p.m. Mm-hmm. When I get here, I normally get here about a half an hour, 45 minutes earlier to set the tone in the space for my mental and my emotional being, because you never know who's going to walk up in this joint, okay? And I want to be prepared to still be able to give out that same kind of positivity no matter what's coming my way, which is not often at all.
What do you love so much about working here for Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store?
Customers. The apparel, which I would equate to creativity. So I would say customers, creativity, and I don't know how else to say doing what I want. But you got to be disciplined to be able to handle that. So that's what I mean. Of course, I'm disciplined and committed, but I get to create what I want. I get to whatever's on my mind and whatever's on my heart. Like the Prince. That was a response to the people. I feel like if I didn't have that kind of, if I didn't have that freedom or the ability to listen and hear, I wouldn't have been able to smash. Whew. If I didn't have the ability to hear or listen or the freedom to do it, I wouldn't have been able to answer that. And this brought in a lot of income and has become such a staple in this store. So that's what I love: the commitment, the creativity, the customers. Yeah.
And that plays a big part into, especially with you being an entrepreneur, plus the owner of the store, you have free creativity, freedom to do whatever you want. What does that mean to you, where you don't have to answer anybody? You put out what you want, and then you get that response from other people, whether it's good or bad. What does that feel like when you get that positive feedback?
Well, I'm an artist, so like a performing artist. I sing, act, direct, write, all these things. And this store was built to help me help my art. You know what I mean? So if I'm not if I'm not able to pay my bills that way, the store was in place too. Okay. So what that ended up doing was I learned a lot through that part of my life, through teaching, education, and the arts. So being able to do this, like the discipline piece, I don't think about it that way. I don't think about it like, this is mine. I know it's mine. The bills say it. Okay. You know what I mean? But I haven't reached a place of satisfaction to where I can look back and reflect and be like, you know what? This is all, you know what I mean? I'm still growing, I'm still flowing. But like I said, I'm very aware of the freedom I have, but I give myself limitations with that freedom so I don't go too far.
And we love to see it. Let our listeners know, how can they find Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store?
Yeah, you can find me on anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, Google, even our website, Here's the Cool Stuff, HERES2 COOLSTUFF.com, or you can look up Here's the Cool Stuff on all of our social media platforms. And stop in if you're ever on South Street in the city. Our hours are posted everywhere that I just said. Please become a part of our family.
Exactly. You guys have no excuse not to check out Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store. It's a lot of amazing pieces in here. I can definitely attest to that. Well, there you have it, guys. That is everything that you need to know about Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store in South Philly. Definitely make sure you pay them a visit and let them know that all of the above sent you. And as always, if you like what you saw and you would love to see more, which I know that you do, hit that like button below. And if there's anything that you saw in Here's the Cool Stuff clothing store, if you have any questions, or if there's a local business that you would like to feature next, let us know by hopping into the comment section below. We love to hear your thoughts. And last but not least, if you like what you saw and you would love to see more, hit that subscribe button below. That is how you stay up to date with everything that is going on with all the above. I'm your girl, Angel Marie, and we will see you guys
Wednesdays at 7, Angel Marie and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, storming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding. Way we pull it together, we applying my pressure.